That's pretty much.
While Peter's doing that, I'm going to be building a pea frame. Because that's the plan. For the moment, it's going to involve 2 posts, 1 at each side, and then bird netting or something in between. We shall see whether that's how it ends up. Oh, pretty good.
Did it go in okay?
Yeah. Doesn't need to be any higher than that.
No.
That's going nowhere.
Yeah, I'm going to need a hand with this.
Mm.
Oh, do you want to swap jobs? That bit of your job and this bit of my job.
I'm beginning to regret not measuring this first.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think that will go, you know.
It looks like it'll fit perfectly, yeah. But is that a two-man job? Do you want me to hold it while you staple it? And then you can come and help me pull up this stubborn corner?
I knew you'd do that.
Because it's just not, I can't move it. It's just solid.
When the going gets tough.
Yep. I can't even get a spade into this corner. Try again with a fork. I've tried to loosen it as much as I can, but it's buried. I'm just not strong enough, that's the thing.
Oh, yeah, nice try.
No, that's what it is. That is what it is.
You're just a poor woman.
No, I just don't have strong hands.
I'm sure there's a clever way to cut this.
Well, I've offered you my superior cutting services in exchange for your superior pulling services, but you declined my offer.
Yeah, because I'm not a fool.
Well,
I recognise a stitch up when I see it.
all right. Seemed like a good trade to me.
I'm sure it did to you.
Well, let's question for a moment, shall we, why I'm doing this job in the first place.
Because you want strawberries?
I'm doing it because you don't want to.
Well, I'm going to end up doing it, aren't I?
Well, you're going to end up helping me do it if you want it done.
Thanks very much. I've had this allotment for 6 years now, and I've avoided doing that.
Yeah. Oh, actually, let's... Just might dig out a bit of that, actually. It feels like... a bit of that
Makes you go cross-eyed.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Yes. I can cope with that much better than you can, though. So, you know, if you were letting me do that bit, that would save your cross-eyedness, wouldn't it?
Now, unfortunately, my deafness is now taking over.
That's very convenient.
Oh, this doesn't feel right at all.
Pardon?
This doesn't feel right at all.
Oh, why not?
It feels like I've gone off at an angle.
Oh, yes, easily done. You can't follow the crosses on the mesh because they're not straight.
Oh, don't tell me that. Oh, for the love of God.
Shall I come over?
As long as you don't expect me to take over there.
No, to help you. Have you got one side attached?
Yeah, I've got the bottom edge attached.
Right, okay.
There's only a little bit to go.
Okay. Well, are you carrying on then, are you? Just give me a shout if you want me to come over. Oh my goodness, I think ants have done this. Little buggers. They've made a big ant hill that goes over the edge of the plot with which grass has now grown over. Oh, come on.
Can you just do this last bit?
Yeah.
Before I go insane?
Well, that was what I was trying to avoid happening.
I know, but I don't have to pay the price.
I know. Well, there won't be one, will there? Where have you attached it then?
To the bottom there.
Okay.
So, see, this is all right. I've got this right.
Well, let's get that side attached then. If that side's good. And then we'll worry about the other side. Yeah? So you're going to staple that up here, yeah? Oh, that's a genius idea, sweetheart.
Thank you. I think this will work really well.
Yes, it will.
For its intended purpose.
Yeah. I can't work out where the top of it is. Oh, I see. It's there. Yeah. Yeah, so I think the thing to do is now is to stretch it over, get it taped down, and then I'll trim off any excess. Yeah, so if you just attach it, pull it taut and attach it, and then there we go, sort of pulled it taut, and then I'll just finish trimming it. You were nearly there, you were right.
Let's hope we can actually grow enough peas to make it worth the effort.
Yeah, let's hope they do get this high. There you go. How's that? Very good.
Yeah, I think that'll be all right.
It's not straight at the top, but I'm sure you're not worried about that. It's more likely to be me that trims it off at some point in the future because I can't cope with it not being straight. There we go. Okay. Oh, there's a bit of wood here. Just realised.
Oh yeah. Yeah, someone put quite a bit of work into this allotment.
Yeah.
But they must have only had it for a couple of years before getting rid of it.
Yeah. That explains why I couldn't get the shovel in here. So I might as well pull out here then, mightn't I? As soon as I've found the wood, might as well put the weed membrane up to that. I'll just get some of that out.
I thought I had some metal, clip things for securing the weed membrane.
Yes, we used a lot of them on the path, but there are still quite a few knocking around.
Because we're going to need them for here, aren't we?
Yeah.
I must see if I can get the strimmer fixed as well.
Yes, that would be very handy today around this bed.
Have we got any WD-40?
Can't remember if I found any, but if not, I can get some when I pick George up.
I would put my chances at less than 50-50.
Well, at least you'd have tried.
But something's happened there to make it seize up.
Yeah.
Over the winter. So that's all there is that's wrong with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with the electrics at all.
Nope.
Because it tries to move but can't.
Yeah. That's where the red ants are, just here. So I'll just make sure they're not running up your leg.
They'd soon regret it if they did. I had beans for lunch.
I
had beans for lunch.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Don't say it out loud. I'm trying to
fool the ants, right? Sorry.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Okay.
You're no good at subterfuge, are you?
No, not at all. You should know that about me by now. Yeah, look at that.
Hidden for all those years.
Yeah. And it's not that we are desperate for space, but it's increased the size of our allotment by about 1/2 foot.
I mean, the issue is, in order for space to be useful, you've actually got to grow things. And that seems to be the challenge. Mind you, my tomatoes are looking good. So there's that.
Oh, we've got quite a lot that's looking good, haven't we?
We could just do with a good, warm, bright week. Because it would make all the difference to the stuff that's in the grow house.
Yeah.
See, I reckon that space there is enough.
Well, exactly. We don't need the whole. That's why I'm talking about only doing half of it, so we can get half of it underway, and then we'll worry about what we do with the other half. We might decide we're going to put tomatoes on it.
Obviously, what we need is for, I don't know when the trailer comes, so that we can get rid of that stuff.
Yeah, that's autumn, the rubbish one, isn't it?
I can't remember whether it's.
Oh no, that doesn't make sense. It makes more sense that the green waste one is autumn, doesn't it?
Yeah. So the plan, broadly speaking, then,
Yeah.
is we've got 3 bags of composted manure there.
Yeah, and that one. Oh,
We're not going to want to use all 4, I don't think.
no. But if, say we're going to do 2/3 of this, 2 bags should be enough, because this looks like good ground.
Yeah, but
and we haven't grown on it for a couple of years.
just noticed that actually just says soil improver. Farmyard soil improver.
Yeah, but it is manure. That's how he described it to me on the phone. Mind you, it didn't smell like manure in the car, did it?
Neither does that.
Mm. Trouble is, I don't want to walk on it now because I've got no wellies on.
It's not manure at all.
What is it?
Digestate.
Oh.
Oh, bollocks.
Well, is that going to do the job?
No, it is not.
Oh. That's annoying. That's very naughty. He told me it was manure.
It says on here, Silver Grove Farmyard works just like farmyard manure. Except that it doesn't, does it?
Oh my goodness, the weeds.
I'm sure we'll be able to mix it in, but we're going to need at least 1 bag of proper manure when we go out tomorrow. If we mix 1 bag of proper manure with 2 bags of proper manure with 1 bag of that, that'll probably be a reasonable
okay
mix. And then we're going to spread that over here.
Yeah.
Put the
oh, mouse. Sorry, it just made me jump. I'm not scared of mice, it just made me jump.
alive.
Yeah, running around.
I thought it smelled like mouse in there. I said that to you.
Sure, I can't put my hands in there now because I don't know where it's gone. I was just going to look for some weed membrane because we haven't got any. Not enough.
There's a bit in under the.
Yeah, not enough to do that.
We're not doing it now anyway, are we?
Well, how far were we planning on getting? Oh, putting the manure on.
Now we don't have the manure, so.
But we could put that on to level it, and then add the manure on top tomorrow.
What I want to do is mix the 2 up.
Yeah.
And then just put that as a layer over here.
Oh, he's there, bless him. Oh, he's more frightened than I am. All right, darling. I'll put the lid back on. There you go. Sorry, go again.
No, it's fine.
Were you just ruminating and cogitating?
I was just explaining what we're planning to do here.
Yes. Okay, go on then.
So we're going to clear all of this.
Yeah.
And then a layer. We're now going to have to get some composted manure because
evidently we don't.
The farmyard
have any.
soil improver is not manure. And we're going to put that over the top. Then we're going to put black membrane on top of that, and then plant through the membrane by slashing holes in it. Plant the strawberries into that. And hopefully that will keep the weeds back enough so that next year we'll be able to take the membrane off and use it like a normal bed.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's the idea.
Right.
It's just you need something in between. While you've got the black stuff on,
yeah,
you need something, a crop that doesn't mind being grown like that. So it could be squashes would be the other option, but strawberries.
Strawberries work.
We've got lots of strawberry plants and nowhere to put them.
Yeah, so it makes sense to put them on here.
It's 17th of May. These are these strawberries that we planted. These were all runners we saved from last year, plus one courgette that we bought at a garden centre. They seem to have taken okay. And under here are the recently planted beetroot, which are in here because I'm pretty certain that the problems that we've had with things not being there when we come back to them is because of birds. Peter's watering. These are the peas I planted last year, which I think that's either bird damage or snail stroke slug damage. I'm going for bird on that, and obviously plenty of bindweed. Absolutely delighted with how the broad beans are coming along. They're absolutely shot up. Of course, I can't now tell which of these are Alqua, Duce and half, and which are Express. But it doesn't matter. There's a lot of flowers on there, so we should get a lot of beans. We've got some happy bees. Down the back there are the sugar snap peas or the bijou mange tout that have also been decimated by something. Here are the peas that I planted the other day, and you can see that where there's less protection on the left there, they've suffered more. And on the right here, they seem to have survived a little better, only a little. Then we have our allium or our bulb bed here. We've got some more peas on the back. Planted allium bulbs in here last year. They're coming up beautifully. And the potatoes are looking fabulous. So these are the runner beans, called the variety is the Czar, which have done reasonably well. They're from real seeds. I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 healthy plants. So I thought I'd get them in because the weather's so nice. They should do well. I've got to get rid of some of the bindweed before I start. I might actually start some more of these off, so we've got spares, and because they've done all right. If the same thing happens to them, they get either slugged or sparrowed to death.
We've got no sugar snaps or...
Well, that's what those ones are over there.
Sweet peas here now.
Not here, no.
And sugar snaps over there.
At least all of this structure's here, which makes it easier for me to plant. It's all the string and everything's already here.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's very rich, nice, lovely, rich soil.
Yeah, it's really nice bed, isn't it?
Well, the bindweed certainly seems to like it. Bindweed is very discerning. Only grows in the good dirt. I always get the same feeling when I plant something new. Get that sense of hope. I'll never learn, will I? The other day we built a sort of temporary cage, keep the butterflies off, and this is a cucumber, which is also going to go in somewhere here. I haven't entirely decided where. So the nettings to keep the birds off, really. It should work on the butterflies as well, as long as I keep the leaves of the brassicas far enough away they can't poke their backsides through, butterflies, and lay their eggs. This is not big enough, I now know. Having seen how many I've got to plant, it's not big enough, but it'll do for a beginning. So I planted some runner beans up here, which have been somewhat diminished by the slugs. But I think they'll probably survive. And over here, I'm trying to protect the peas because they're being massacred, and I think it's birds. But of course, what I, in my genius, didn't quite appreciate was I've got them over there on a frame that I built, and I'm protecting this side of the frame, and of course the little buggers can peck through from the other side. So I'm going to have to reevaluate that at the weekend, I think. But it's better than nothing. Every year we have this problem, and I've always blamed sort of slugs and snails, and I'm fairly convinced that it's actually birds. So we've got purple sprouting broccoli, which was a success this year. Would have been more of a success if the birds had been kept off it during when I took the cover off, thinking I was protecting it from butterflies. It turned out it was really the birds that were the problem, even in the winter, or especially in the winter. And the other one is Brussels sprouts. I only need a couple of those. I always do. I always end up planting these two close together because I always forget how big they get. But there we go. So I think I'm going to put Brussels sprouts in the corners. Oh, these are so ready. Burying the stems a little bit, because otherwise I think they're just going to fall over. And then next to that I'm going to put in one of the purple sproutings, which will go probably there, a little bit close together, but as I said, I never learn. I think with the runner beans I'm going to plant up, I'm going to sow another set. I might put some, no I won't, I was going to say I might put some in amongst the existing ones, but they'll only get mullered by the slugs, won't they? I know I'm putting too many in, but I just can't help myself. So I'm just going to put one more PSB. I do like brassicas because they do seem to They seem to do well in this soil. They don't seem to be too fussy or too hard to grow. I also like, especially, I mean, the Brussels will be ready around Christmas time. I always like to have some of our own produce on the dinner table on Christmas Day. The purple sprouting broccoli, oops. We'll be just finishing that at this time next year, which is a nice thought. There we go, that's done. So the other thing I'm going to put in up here is a cucumber. Raspberries aren't doing a lot. So these are the Delhi Star. They grew well last year. And I think what I'm going to do is these theoretically I should be growing French beans up these legs, assuming that I can get enough French beans to germinate and they're not all killed by slugs. So it should be possible to have the Delhi Star cucumbers occupying the space underneath, maybe sort of crawling up the legs themselves. We'll see. Anyway, that was, in a way, that's a spare one because I've got 3 at home. Nice to see the beetroots, second crop of beetroots, doing all right, surviving. They've been protected from the birds. We've got the Ishikura spring onions here with a side serving of bindweed. This is the Jarlsberg, something like that. White onion. And these have done fine. These were protected briefly. And then there's the Red Baron, which has been, which the mice I think have had great fun with. This is where the peas were, the first lot of peas were, and these are the runner beans that I've put in. The Czar is the variety. As you can see, they've been mullered by the snails and slugs. So I might put a second planting in. The back, I mean, there are some that haven't been. It might be all right. And then our wonderful broad beans. I do love broad beans. They never let you down. I just love the flowers. So we'll get more than enough for our needs from there. And this is what I was saying about the peas. I've put this up around the front to protect them from this damage. I mean, I might be wrong, but I reckon that's birds. Places that are slightly better protected, there's not so much of it, and oddly enough, Around the, I put a few spares around the back, and some of them are doing better, but who knows. And then we've got a Crimson Crush tomato there. I'll be putting more of those out this week once I've done some more weeding. Decided I'm going to write to NASA.
What?
When they're doing their experimentation ahead of travelling to Mars, they're trying to work out how they can make Earth-derived plants grow in Martian soil. They should take the bindweed from this allotment.
Oh, yeah.
Because if anything can grow on Mars, it's that.
Yeah.
So finding that snail behind here slightly undermines my conviction that it's birds that are pecking at those peas.
Yes, we might have done the birds an injustice, mightn't we?
But they seem to be doing all right behind there, so I think we should just leave it for now.
Mm-hmm.
So these ones here are the Abundance. These were planted in silver grow, and I put 2 per cell. And you can see that they only a little over half of them have germinated. And only one of them has got 2 in the cell, and some of them have been eaten by snails by the looks of it. So that's a bit disappointing.
Does that look alright?
Yep.
It's double layered, so it should be super secure. Right, on to weeding, yes? Or should I plant something?
No, it's fine.
There.
And this tray was one that I planted about 2 weeks later. This is using the Westland all-purpose. Is that the one?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, the red bag.
Peat-free, yeah.
Yeah.
And in this one, we've had actually the germination's been a lot better because we've got 2 in most of these, but no germination in those 2 at all. So I don't know. I have a feeling it is possible I overwatered them, and so the seeds rotted before they could germinate. Yeah, I don't know. Too much water, too little water.
If you gave them too much, it's that. If you gave them not enough, it's that.
But anyway, there should be enough here. If they don't get absolutely mullered by the snails and slugs overnight.
I think it's that. I think that's what's eating everything.
They're certainly not helping. But we've got runner beans over there. I've put another 6 or whatever it is, 9 plugs of that in to germinate, because some of those have been attacked by slugs, but not nearly to the same extent that the peas have, and the pattern is different. With those you can actually see where the slugs have been feasting on them, whereas with the peas it's a completely different pattern. That's why I still think it, on balance, it is probably birds.
Getting dive bombed here. These bumblebees are very, very territorial about the runner beans.
Are they?
Yeah. It always seems to be that once I start weeding around the runner beans, along comes a massive bumblebee and starts buzzing around my head.
Now he's got a good thing going.
Yeah. Well, they can carry on whatever it is they're doing. I'm not going to get in their way.
So the lazy housewife, I got nothing. I can only think that I overwatered them. So I've put in another go of those in the hope they'll catch up enough that I can put them in that on that TP there. But if they don't come up pretty quick, then I'll get something else and I'll just conclude that that batch from Real Seeds wasn't any good.
Oh man, it's hot up here today.
Yeah, it's when the sun comes out. I'd have thought these allotments would be absolutely buzzing today, not just with bees.
Oh, that's not right.
Again, I can see evidence of plots that have been abandoned really early. Which is always a bit sad. Not finding as much of that black woven stuff in the ground now.
No, I haven't pulled any of that up for ages actually.
That's good.
Now you mention it.
It sort of felt like there was a never-ending supply of it.
Yeah.
And there's one piece. Well,
I've got a never-ending supply of plenty of other things without that.
that'll probably be the last time we see these abundance beans. I expect the slugs are all licking their lips. So there you are. Have at it. So I'm going to put these in the flower bed, in the allium bed.
Okay.
Find a gap and stick them in. Got these from Farmer Gracy and they were by far the cheapest. I paid less than a tenner for 3, including postage, I think it was. Oh look, there's loads of bindweed here.
Yeah, I never got round to that part of that bed last week. I did the other side, but not that side.
Just doesn't, you know, give it a week and it's... I reckon if we left it for a month, it would be unrecognisable.
At this time of year, yeah. Yeah. Huh. This tomato's not looking very happy.
No.
It's got a very strange colour.
I think it's just got, there were a couple of days that were quite cold.
It might recover, mightn't it?
And that's all it is, I'm afraid. So we've got quite a few dahlias that I grew from seed. But so far seem to be quite a success. They're growing quite well. A couple of them I've potted up at home. They're looking pretty good. But I've got so many that some of them are going to need to grow up here. Whether they'll survive the slugs. So the only dahlia bulbs I've bought, so the ones I planted earlier, are Winnie the Pooh, which we saw when we went to National Trust property, the Vine. And it's exactly what you'd expect if you know the Disney Winnie the Pooh. And the colours of Winnie. This dahlia was exactly like that. The rest have all been grown from seed. I'm spacing all these dahlias out as much as possible, because I did think about planting them as a clump, but then I thought if the slugs find that clump, they'll take the whole lot. So I'm spacing them out in the hope that some survive. I'll definitely grow from seed next year though. Well, presumably they're over there because that was a cobbled area.
Yes, like that one was. But I've never liked it as a cobbled area, so
Okay.
I've made a path committee decision that it's not going to be cobbled anymore because I'm fed up of ricking my ankles on it. This bit could be though. I might cobble this bit.
Yeah, because you can't be bothered to get rid of them, can you?
Well, the thing is that there's this hole behind the benches down here that just fills up with couch grass, and I quite often rick my ankle over here as well, so I might just put cobbles there. Because I think there's weed membrane under here. The couch grass just travels from the path. Yeah, there is weed membrane here.
The only other thing to plant is the backup butternut squash. So I'm going to put over here, I think. I've got one. We're going to be growing one at home. That's the one I'm going to keep a beady eye on every day. This is just one to give us another chance. I cannot get them to germinate at the moment. Just driving me bananas. And those that do germinate then don't move along. So they get their first seed leaf.
Big thing, lots of legs.
And then that's it. So we gave up and bought some at a garden centre today. You can tell which beds I spread are the compost that we made on. It's lovely and black soil.
What's going in there, darling? Is that tomato?
Yeah.
Can't see from here, I've got the sun in my eyes. It's not that I don't recognise a tomato plant.
That's a garnet.
Ooh.
Oh, we've got some broad beans.
Ooh, lovely.
Look. You see it?
No, I'll have to.
I was going to compare it to a piece of my anatomy, but
Is it as big as your little finger? Oh, look, there's loads.
here, look.
Oh, we should pick a couple of those and have them in a salad later.
Just leave them alone.
I know, well, you said that last year and we should have just been getting on and eating them because they were marvellous.